Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Xenonauts. We just finished our first alien clear. We're mostly just waiting on some construction to get done, more labs, more hangars, more housing so we can have more soldiers, because right now we're still missing a few. I hired some replacements. Well, not replacements. I hired some people to fill out our ranks, but so the general way that I'm going to run our team is have a couple of groups and just rotate through them. So that way we're spreading the experience out, and also we will not have anybody, if someone gets injured, we're not going to have to awkwardly replace them with a private or something. Okay, so we're getting storms down there, and we're getting attacks up here. So Australasia and northern North America seem to be our two places. Well, let's throw a base. Funding level 448. Okay, well, fortunately, we're going to have to prioritize North America here. So we're going to throw another base down here. Here. Right, that should mean our coverage meets in the middle of the Atlantic somewhere. And we're not wasting too much coverage out north of the map where we don't see anything. Okay. So that's going to be Bravo. And that should be done sometime. Okay, alien invasion. You've probably already noticed we're being invaded, Commander, so I won't state the obvious. The situation is bleak. None of the major powers are able to defend their own airspace, let alone protect the rest of the planet. It seems things are up to us. My teams stand ready to help. There may only be a handful of us, but some of the finest minds on the planet are at work in your laboratories. This organization offers a certain freedom from intrusion that appeals to those of intelligence. The key to beating our enemies is to understand them. We are keen to study any extraterrestrial equipment you can recover from the battlefield. In the meantime, we've been gathering intelligence on the size and composition of the alien fleet orbiting our planet, mostly images and data obtained from orbital satellites or ground-based observatories. Given the depressingly disjointed response from the rest of the planet, this is probably the most in-depth study of the invasion to date. We've conclusively identified over 3,000 separate UFOs in orbit around the planet, with several times that amount of additional probable signals. The fleet is comprised of crafts of various sizes. The UFOs already sighted entering our atmosphere represent the smallest orbital signature detected, while the largest signals identified appear to be enormous warships with dimensions rivaling that of modern aircraft carriers. A glimmer of hope remains. The alien craft seem poorly suited to atmospheric flight. Our interceptors may enjoy some early success against the superior extraterrestrial vessels simply due to better adaptation to the combat environment. This may also explain the appearance of only relatively small craft in the skies above our planet. Our scientists theorize that the aliens will have to modify their craft to enter our atmosphere. The larger the craft, the longer this will take. If they are correct, the largest craft will only appear in the later stages of the invasion. Perhaps this will afford humanity, read us, enough time to organize a more effective defense. I have two recommendations. We consider supplementing our existing F-17 Condor aircraft with a heavier interceptor capable of carrying more powerful weapons, and that we investigate some form of battlefield support vehicle to aid our soldiers when securing crashed alien craft. Both proposals are already on your desk. Okay, high-speed interceptor and hunter scout car. So, we definitely need the high-speed interceptor, so let's start that. The hunter scout car I like, but unfortunately, at the moment, I don't think it's worth taking over the extra soldiers, because this does take space in our dropship. I think it takes as much space as 2 people in the roster. And I would rather have those extra 2 soldiers right now. Perhaps later, when we have larger dropships, I'll consider this. We're going to research it anyways, just so we have it in our back pocket if we decide we need it later. But for now, I'm just going to have everybody research the high-speed interceptors until I can get some more. Right. Let's kick this up a notch. Light Scout UFO. My team has finished the preliminary studies on the recovered UFO hull. We've designated the Light Scout. It is very small compared to some of the orbital signals we've detected, barely more than a probe. It is approximately 12 meters from nose to tail, comprising a saucer section and 2 wings filled with what we believe to be sensor equipment. 2 small thrusters mounted on the back of the saucer provide propulsion. The craft does not appear to have a reactor of any kind, instead seeming to draw power from rechargeable capacitors in the wings. It is almost certainly not capable of independent operation. Instead, it would need to be launched from a home vessel at the start of each mission and then return there afterwards. It has poor combat performance for such an advanced vessel. It is no match for one of our Condor interceptors. The main weapon is an energy cannon mounted beneath the saucer, which has a relatively slow fire speed and shorter range than our Sidewinder missiles. The armored shell is remarkably strong and impressively heat resistant, given It is only a few millimeters thick, but is too thin to offer much protection against modern munitions. Enjoy the gentle introduction while it lasts, Commander. I doubt the larger ships will be such easy prey. That is certainly true. Civilian autopsy. Lizard men. A civilian is a reptilian alien standing roughly 195 centimeters, 6 feet 5 inches tall, weighing nearly 200 kilograms. The incredibly dense skeleton of the creature and its tough, scaled hide together account for some 40% of this, the remainder being largely muscle and teeth. Whatever environment the civilians evolved in must have been a hostile one. Their physiology is hardy, to the point where I struggle to think of a creature capable of killing one. With up to an inch of scaled hide in places, these creatures have some inherent protection against ballistic weapons. Beneath the scales is the thick layer of dense muscle and the creature's heavy skeleton, both also heavily resistant to damage. Once we had abandoned our bone cells for an angle grinder, we revealed the creature's internal organs. These were much to be expected, the only major anomaly being the presence of 2 hearts inside the torso. Presumably, one alone could not pump sufficient blood around the beast body to sustain it. Analysis of civilian blood also has some interesting results. Almost 10% of blood volume is comprised of a mixture of powerful coagulants and unspecialized stem cells. We do not yet fully understand the implication of this, but it is quite possible that live civilians are able to rapidly clot wounds and possibly even regenerate damage sustained in combat. Some consolation. Despite the above, civilians are not perfect soldiers. Much like the brutes down in our engineering department, their physique belies an undersized brain. A civilian probably has as much understanding of squad tactics as it does the finer point of Shakespeare. They also have weak thermal eyesight, giving them slower reflexes and poor accuracy, although smoke will not hinder their accuracy like it does other aliens. They will prefer to fight at short ranges where these characters are less of a hindrance, so it'd be wise to ensure the opposite occurs. So yeah, civilians, scary at close range, also immune to smoke. Civilian non-combatant analysis. Commander, our Xenoscientologists have been compiling information on the civilian race. Most of it, while interesting, is relevant for field operations. I've taken the time to compose a summary of the most useful information for the men. I'm sure you've heard the self-congratulation and backslapping going on in the locker room over the success of the last mission. I hate to turn those smiles into frowns, actually I don't, but many of those hard targets were amusingly enough not intended for ground operations. From our data, we have strong reason to believe a sizable number of subjects recovered are non-combatants. They form the operational core of any UFO crew, acting as pilots, engineers, navigators, and other essential non-combatant roles. They neither need nor are given more than basic training in combat, are armed with pistols, and only have their naked, if resilient, skin as protection. Incidentally, I have had to chastise some lab assistants for skinning civilians and selling their hides to your men. Did you know that Corporal England is an amateur leather worker? I should check their uniforms if I were you. Our Xenoscientologists theorize that they are either a slave caste, bred in their millions to serve the needs of the higher echelons, or younglings who have yet to find their position within the larger social group and are assigned duties suitable for young aspirants who cannot yet be trusted with a gun. In either case, they will likely stick close to grounded UFOs, and it is extremely unlikely that the men will see them in any dedicated alien combat operations. Do I have a Corporal England? Corporal England. I do not have a Corporal England. I have been lied to. I mean, presumably there's people in the base who are not the combat personnel. Wow, we're researching so much stuff. Scouting mission. Hello, Commander. As requested, we at Strategic Planning have started to analyze ET UFO activity and determine their military objectives, meaning no disrespect to R&D, but interpreting ET strategy is best suited to the men who do it for a living. I'll be keeping you updated on whatever we can discover about extraterrestrial UFO activity, like now, for instance. Earlier today, there was a confirmed sighting of a UFO, Light Scout class, circling low over a classified research station in America. It didn't take any visible action, but local radio operators detected unusual bursts of energy in the VHF band, and the researchers detected simultaneous bursts in the SHF band. I've cross-linked this with similar reports in Germany, Australia, and Hong Kong. Considering the strategic importance of the locations involved in the analysis of light scouts from R&D, I'm certain these scouts were gathering and transmitting intelligence on potential future targets. UFOs on scouting missions remain in the air for an extended period of time, gathering intel on potential targets. There don't seem to be any particular plan to what they cover, so it should be fairly easy to intercept one. As the ETs have dedicated ships for scouting, you can expect scouting missions to be carried out by small signals. The more intel a scout can gather, the more damaging later attacks will be, so try to get as many scouts taken down as you can. Even if we can't recover the crash site, we can at least make sure the ETs are fighting in the dark. Good to know. Speaking of fighting, actually, we need to rotate out our crew, right? Because these guys just did a mission, so they're getting sort of rotated out. We're still waiting on reinforcements. We'll wait until they arrive before we do that. Okay, there we go. There's our soldiers. All right, let me take a look at who is going where. Okay, so our active duty team, we have Corporal Nigel Visser, as our breacher, Corporal Sven Nielsen as our shield, Private Pavel Galligan, one of our new recruits, as our grenadier, Private Desmond Griffin as our medic, Corporal Oskari Turunen as our marksman, Sergeant Mikhail Pavlov as our gunner, Corporal Sarah Solberg as our rocketeer, and Corporal Nora Novakova as our assistant. And let's make sure they're all standing in the correct spots here. You guys should be a little bit further back, and the shield should be in front. There we go. Okay, small, interceptable with a condor. Send that up there, and it's going to be nighttime by the time we shoot that down. Sometimes I like to send up Charlie with the condor. So we tell Condor not to fire its other Sidewinder. We're going to have you go here, cut across its field. Okay, kill your speed, and you're coming right at it. And we want to make sure that we time this right. So he's going to barrel roll. Okay, good. We took a little bit of damage there. Okay, and then we're going to wait until daytime so that we don't have to do a night mission, because night missions are terrible. Literally the worst thing in the world. Alright, Charlie, let's get to it. Yeah, I definitely need to base over in America. America's getting hammered right now. Okay, this should be another light scout. So, where are we? We are right in the corner. And this is not a particularly large map. Wonderful. Okay, everybody out. Let's take a look around, see what we're dealing with here. Just have everybody kind of funnel out into this little formation here that gives us good vision of everything around the thing, around the dropship, so that we can decide what we're doing next. Right, so this team is going to cut across towards this field here. Can you make it over here? You cannot. Alright, but you have a large gun. So I'm going to put you over here. I'm going to put you back here in the ship for the time being. This is less than ideal cover, but we're going to have to make do for now. Right. So I'm going to have you come out here. Oh, okay. Civilians again. Okay. So you're going to come out here and look. Actually, yeah. Face this way. You are going to come out Yes, that should be okay. You're going to come out here. You're going to come out here. That guy is holding a pistol, so I'm not that concerned about him. We can take this opportunity to do some positioning. Ah, you can't reach anything. Okay, well, you're just going to go back here and crouch. Okay, he's running away from us, which is reasonable. We are heavily armed and outnumber him. Right, let's get some vision of this. Okay, that's all clear. Oh, there's a bunch of entrances in here. I don't like that. Well, for what it's worth, this entrance is currently covered by our other team, so that's good. Unfortunately, they have to go hunting this Xeno who ran across the field. There he is. You know, I don't actually know if the Xenos are gendered. There they are, I suppose. Right. I'm not worried about these guys having grenades. This is bad practice, but in the grand scheme of things, we'll be okay. I'm just trying to get this dude nice and cornered so that we can take him out without too much fuss. You are going to stay right there because you're actually in a decent spot, and I'm going to have these guys start making their way across this field. Okay, there's another one. Okay, he's got the little carbine. He's moving closer to us. There's a farmer over by the house. This is good. That means that house is probably safe. Right, so I want the privates to take shots, so that they'll get experience. Good hit. Well, actually kind of a crappy hit. 16 damage is not very much. Okay, try again. Oh, well. So much for that guy. Got reaction fired. He might get back up. Okay, well, unfortunate that that guy died, but such is life. I'm also going to turn the sound effects volume down slightly, because that was very loud. Oh, I can display stat increments as gain. Oh, cool. Well, that'll be useful. Right. Okay, one casualty. That's fine. That's not the worst thing that's ever happened to us. Let's keep these guys moving up. Hang on a sec. Play with the sound a little bit more, because I just realized I made the music too loud. Okay, sound effects up a touch, music down a touch. Okay, good. And then keep these guys moving up so that they have some vision out the sides there. You guys can all crouch. Okay, who hasn't moved? My shield can now probably shuffle up a little bit. I'm going to keep you... Oh, where do I want you, actually? Okay, this is, like, right at the edge of the map. And there's a farmer over here. And I haven't heard any gunfire. So I think what we're actually going to do is just have these guys start making their way down here. Aha! Oh, right, there was that guy over there that I actually just totally forgot about because I got distracted by fixing the sound. Yeah, okay. That's the thing that we need to be aware of. Can I get to cover here? I can, but I can't crouch, so we're going to stay at a distance. Because he's going to come towards us. Right, so he's back there right now. Just turn this off so I can actually target this space here. He's somewhere in that darkness there. Oop. Okay, well, so much for that. Right. What is the best way to approach this? Well, probably by backing off and trying to circle around this way. Because if we back off... up here... and here... Actually, you come up here. Nope. Shit. I screwed up. Right. You don't have anything. You have smoke grenades, so that doesn't really help me. You don't have anything. You have grenades. And it costs you 38 TUs to throw one. How close can I get with 38 TUs? Not very, is the answer. Well, in that case, I'm just going to have you come up here to watch for this guy coming around the corner behind our friend here. I may have killed our sniper, though, because that was a really, really stupid mistake. Right. You might get the reaction fire off from there, because you can see... You can't see that space. Okay, there you go. So hopefully you might be able to get the reaction fire off on that if he comes around the corner for us. Otherwise, I can have you shoot at here. Okay, good. That actually might also have been a mistake, because now you are very exposed. But we do know that he is in one of these two squares. Did I not move anyone? Okay, you guys haven't moved, so let's get you down here to back up our shield. Okay, he's in that square there. The one square that I can't see. Okay, Get you up here. I'm actually going to tilt you a little bit away just to keep an eye on this space over here, which is still dark, even though there's a farmer over there. Hello. Okay. Target sighted. Let's move you up. Where can I get you where you can shoot twice? So you need 34, and I want you to crouch. So I'll run you up to here. Crouch. Take a couple shots. And then we can move you up. You can also crouch. Just burst fire. Good hit. Okay, so that's that taken care of. I still haven't heard any gunfire over here, so I'm going to trust that the farmer is keeping that safe for me. And we're going to have you guys come up this way. So we can start clearing this edge over here. Oh, I'm taking a real risk with that door there. Do not like it. Alright, keep you guys a little bit spaced out. Keep you facing this way so you can keep an eye on our flank there. Have you guys... I'm going to have you check this back corner here. You should have enough to use to duck back. Okay, good. Alright, and then you're ducking back like so. You're going to be going over here, where you can keep an eye on that. And you are also going over here. You can keep an eye on that. They're far enough away from everything that I'm not super worried about grenade spacing, which is a habit that I'm trying to get into. Okay, I still hear movement. That could be a farmer. This wheat is undisturbed, which is a good sign. But there's still this path over here that we need to check very carefully. My shield is also almost broken, which is a shame. What I'm going to do is just have you scoot across the road real quick while the other team is covering the other side. Aha! That is an issue. You can't hit that with a... I don't know how permeable that wall is that he's next to, unfortunately. Oh, clearing a guy out of a building is a huge pain in the neck. Okay. Right. Let's stack you guys up on this wall real quick, because we're going to have to go do this the old-fashioned way. You're basically out of to use, so let's just have you swap to your shotgun for up-close work. And I'm going to put you... Can you see him? Okay, that's blocked 100%, so that wall is not, like, permeable. This is good. Right. What I want you to do is move around this way, in case he goes out the back. Okay, he's hanging out up there, it appears. Which is fine by me. You have all my grenades, right? No, you're my medic. So you have all my grenades, right? You are with the wrong team. Where's my grenadier? My grenadier died. Right. I remember that now. Okay, well, that's fine. We still have some flashbangs left over. So, kick this door open. Let's get in here. Just make sure there's nothing else threatening down here. Oh, man, this is gonna be scary. Okay. Get in this back corner. Okay, I can see him now, which is good. Can get you back here. I actually don't know that he can't see you there. That is terrifying. But what can we do here? I can't flashbang him, unfortunately. I can't throw... Actually, what is the rate? What is the splash on the flashbang? So I can hit there. Okay, that should hit him. So what we can do is just... How many T's is it going to take you to throw a flashbang? 33. Okay, so you are... You can throw a flashbang, and that is it. Alright, well, here's hoping. Hey, we hit him. Okay, good. Alright, so next turn, we should be able to race up there and just take him out. So get in there. Hello. Okay, he tried to book it and paid the price. Okay, alright. That was scary. Buildings are scary. while we're back here, let's just... Okay, this is all clear. There's just a farmer here. You can go rejoin the rest of your guys over there. These guys are going to keep pushing this way. This is safe-ish. Okay, so none of this wheat has been moved, which is good. And you're going to keep coming up this way. Oh, there's our ship. Okay. Well, this is actually ideal. There's a really good spot for our sniper and machine gunner to set up here. And I'm just going to have you guys chill out over here for a moment. While we wait for them to... Okay, you can't reach that. That is fine. I want you back over here anyways. Oh, shit. I was facing the wrong direction. There's a guy right there. What? There is a guy still upstairs. There's still a guy upstairs. Okay. There were two of them up there. I was bamboozled. I was tricked. Okay. Right. We don't have another place to throw a grenade from, really, apart from out here. Yeah, I can't see in there. Okay. I'm just gonna have you run in like so. Get in there. Solberg, you are going to be out here providing a little bit of extra cover. And I need you guys to beeline your way over here so that I can have some cover down the road. And also some extra guns, because this is going to be messy if he just decides to stay up there. That was unfortunate. I should have checked the building. I did not check the building, and my dude paid the price for it. Unless he's somewhere else, but I have vision of all of this, so he shouldn't be anywhere else other than up in this building here. Okay, this is going to be very awkward. Eh? Oh, there you are. Hello. Can you throw a grenade? You cannot. Okay, but I know where he is now, which is good. He is, in fact, up there. What else do you have? You have a frag, which I could throw. 28% hit chance. Okay, we're not going to do that. Right, so I need you guys ready to kick this door in. This is going to really suck in a second, because if he comes to the top of the stairs, he's just going to kill one of them. Or potentially both of them if we get really unlucky. What we can do is have you target this wall and hopefully suppress him a little bit. Okay, good. And then bring you up into cover so you can watch the alien ship. And bring you up along... Nope, not doing that, actually. That puts you in view of the alien ship. We're going to bring you over here instead. Okay, here goes. So we run up like so. Hello. We get as close as we can. Like... I don't think either of those are going to be able to shoot him. We crouch. Okay, good. He is suppressed. You can come up here. Can you get up here and still be able to fire? Not really. Okay, what I'm going to do then is have you try and shoot him. Which, I mean, shoot this wall. Okay, good. We hit him again. He's now facing the wrong way as well, which is kind of funny. Do I think we can kill him with a snapshot? Actually, the important question is, can anybody else get up these stairs? Okay, you can still get up there with enough to do a normal shot if I move him through. You can get up with enough to do a normal shot. Okay. So yes, we are going to do this the silly way. Which is just having everybody race up the stairs and try to shoot this man. Okay, good. Okay, there's no more upstairs, I don't think. I'll have them check it out in a minute. Okay. Well, we're probably going to breach the ship the same way we did last time, i.e. just have the machine gunner shoot the window, or shoot the door open, and then see what we can find out inside. Okay, what else is up here? We've learned valuable lessons about clearing buildings. Okay, good. So that's empty. Right. Okay, so you guys are coming down here. Hello, friend. Can I just, take a shot at you real quick? Since you pleasantly sitting outside the ship. And then I'm going to have you come run up this way as quick as you can. That does leave you a little bit exposed. That's fine. You should be okay. You're inside the building. You can have other people shoot at this guy in a second. But you need to reload too. But that is, again, a problem for another time. Right. You can't hit him. You can't hit him. But we can have you step out. Take a shot. Die? Jeez. Okay. Yeah, this has been a rough mission. Okay. Well, didn't work the first time, but maybe it'll work the second time. Jeez. Okay, this guy's got good reflexes. Okay, and you. Good shot. Oh, nobody got back up. We just lost 3 soldiers. Damn. Damn, that is rough. Okay, well, we're gonna have to replace those guys. Who did we lose? Who died? Double check. 2 corporals. God damn it. Alright, so that was who? Visser was our breacher. I remember that. Novakova was our grenadier? No, Novakova was our assistant. And Galligan was our grenadier. Damn. Okay. That's rough. Alright. Well, I will deal with that off camera. That is where we're going to call it for today. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.